I used to be a school teacher, and I once saw a second grade girl on the playground walk up to a boy and hit him and say, "Girls can hit boys, but boys can't hit girls." Second grade.
I knew that if I called for police, they would be very prejudiced against me. So I was very careful to not do anything to defend myself other than just put my arms up in front of my face to keep her from hitting my face.
I think our men's group is the only group in the East Bay, if not the Bay Area as a whole. So what typically happens if a guy is interested in joining a group, I'll meet with them one-on-one to do a screening. But they usually seem very relieved to actually have someone to talk to about the abuse that they have been experiencing, right? Not only do they feel relieved, but they also feel reassured when they're done because they actually have someone who helps validate their experience, right?
I think it's sufficient for what it brings to the table, but it's not a lot of men that would go out and, try to find something like that. It wasn't like I said, "Oh, I need a program," and it showed up, because it wasn't like that at all. It was something that I didn't even know even existed.
The gender role stereotypes that men experience are that they have to be strong, they have to be dominant, that they have to be aggressive, that they cannot show weakness or show emotion. So I think for a male victim, it's very, very hard for them to come forward and say, "I'm being abused by, my female girlfriend," or even their boyfriend if they're in a gay relationship.
When men do call the police, when they've been assaulted by their spouses, there are a lot of anecdotal data showing that these men are often ridiculed by the police, or the police dismiss their claims of being abused.
Police, you have to call, like I have to call the police, they show up to the house, and a lot of times they want to take you to jail. You've done nothing.
I had a guy recently who was denied a temporary restraining order because he was a guy, right? It wasn't because his partner was no longer a threat. It was because he was a guy, and the judge was very clear about that.
This program should be expanded. It should be more. People should really be paying attention because, violence is violence.
So when children watch their parents fighting, it really doesn't matter so much whether it's dad hitting mom or mom hitting dad.
If you're raised in a household with domestic violence, you're much more likely to either become a victim or to become an abuser when you grow up.
When a child sees that a parent is abusive, and they learn that this is a way to resolve problems.
My son, he's 5. He's kind of was raised in a situation with this person. And so it's like when things are blowing up, he doesn't lose his cool. It's like it's not something that really bothers him like my daughter that's older would. He's just like, "Oh, okay, this is another dad home."
There are very few individuals in the world who are monolithically privileged in every aspect of their life. Painting somebody as monolithically privileged because you perceive that person in a certain way is just as discriminatory.
As far as equity I think there needs to be more visibility, and men need to start talking about this amongst themselves, right? And stop dismissing the abuse, right?
We can't solve a problem, and we all agree domestic violence is a serious problem, but we can't solve it if we don't analyze it in a fair-minded and accurate way. If we did that, then I think we could change the world.